Halloween special.
Natalie talking about
the love of her life. Like, I couldn't even, like, finish that with a... Okay, yeah.
So, yep. Guess who we're talking about?
Sarah Paulson. Ooh, that was nice timing. That was not planned. Yes, because...
we share a brain, so...
Yeah. Yeah. And if we get distracted at all during this episode, it's because I'm currently watching a really cute kitten named Charlie, and she's a little chaotic.
She's
so that
cute.
happens. She's really cute, yeah.
Yeah. And
if you hear a bell, it's because we're distracting her with a toy.
Yeah. Or like, don't eat my feet. That's not the cat.
True. Yes.
It'd be weird if it... Okay, anyways.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, okay,
we're very excited for this episode.
Oh my god, I can't handle it.
It's mostly, Natalie talking about Sarah Paulson for our episode. I'm excited.
I am too. I can't contain my emotions. Also, we have wine.
Yep.
Because why not? Why not?
Why not?
What's it called?
We sort of decided.
It's called cherry pie.
It is. I chose it because I thought, I chose it based off the label. Like everyone does. Don't pretend you don't. But also, I thought it looked the gayest. Like, I don't know why, but
I can see it.
It said cherry pie. It's in kind of vintage-looking letters.
And it's just a picture of a cherry pie.
And I was like, that's gay.
Yeah, it is, honestly. Looking at it a bit closer, I'm like, yeah, wow.
Yeah, so...
gay vibes.
I hope that you also can drink gay wine and be merry.
Yes.
And gay.
For this nice, hopefully we'll have this uploaded around or on Halloween.
Yeah.
Andy.
This week we get to upload 2 episodes because I was behind.
It's fine. Andy was in a performance and I believe it went very well.
It did go very well.
But it made it so he couldn't work on the other episode as much, which is okay. We understand. Yeah.
I probably could have worked on it the week before, but
it's
time
okay.
management is a thing that I'm not good at. But the show went well, so that's nice.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Let's hop right into it.
Okay.
So,
God, I have anxiety.
how are we structuring this? I guess
I don't
you
know.
have a PowerPoint.
I do, but that's... I did not need our few listeners to know that. But yes, I made a PowerPoint to structure my thoughts about my favorite American Horror Story season. Because I have a lot of thoughts.
But your thoughts are so organized in PowerPoint form. My thoughts are just in there, festering.
Oh. I mean, you can start with your questions, or I can just... Andy thought of some questions for me.
I did.
I'm not an expert. I'm gonna get that out of the way.
On Sarah Paulson. So
I just love
maybe
her.
we should do an intro in case. So if you don't know who Sarah Paulson is,
oh my god,
then
I'm disappointed in you, listener.
Natalie is very disappointed in you.
I'm hurt and I'm saddened. Charlie, Charlie attacked me. Kitty.
The cat's name is Charlie.
Yes,
she's so cute.
I don't remember if I said that or not. Oh, she's biting my toe. Anyway, yes. Sarah Paulson is an actress and she's queer and she's beautiful and she's born on December 17th. I don't remember what year because looking up too many specific facts makes me anxious.
How old is she?
She's 40 something.
American actress.
She's
Wikipedia be like
she was born in 1974.
Yeah.
She won an Emmy and a Golden Globe in 2017.
Woo.
She is recently best known for her roles in American Horror Story, Ocean's 8, American Crime Story. I said Ocean's 8, but you know what? We can say it twice. Mrs. America. She was in Carol. She was in Glass. Bird Box. Ragged, which I'm still really emotional over. And she has a movie that was gonna come out in March or around Mother's Day called Run, but then pandemic, So it's gonna be released on Hulu in like mid to late November.
Yeah.
This episode is not sponsored by Sarah Paulson, but I'm going to unashamedly promote everything that she's in because y'all should watch all of it because it's good content for your life.
Allow Sarah Paulson into your life. Okay, so that is who Sarah Paulson is. She's also dating Holland Taylor,
who is also
we love.
An actress, and she's iconic.
Yeah, she's been in like a lot of things. Really
random things that I've seen recently. But also she was in that show that Tom Hanks was in. Oh my god. Sorry.
She was born January 14th.
Nice.
And movies. She was in Legally Blonde, which I don't really remember. Let's see what else. The Truman Show. Okay.
Oh, yeah, she was in Baby Mama with Tina Fey and Amy Poehler. That was actually surprisingly really funny.
She also was in The L Word for like a hot minute.
Oh yeah, really as a straight person. And I remember watching that and being like, this is like so wrong.
I know.
I was like, I can't.
But then I think she like kind of turned gay by the end. She was like,
I didn't watch that. Oh, she was in Bombshell?
She was in,
Oh my goodness.
She was also in Cinderella too. And
she was in Bosom Buddies though with Tom Hanks and that other guy who I don't know his name, but that was actually a really funny show.
Hell yeah.
Tom Hanks and his friend are like evicted or something, and the only place they can find to live is just like a women's only place, and so they dress up as women and pretend to be women so that they can live in this apartment building.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I want to watch that.
Surprisingly funny. I wonder why it's not showing up on this list that we are looking at. Go up a bit.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, wait. Nope, I did not. Okay, maybe it's not on this list. But anyway, it's good. It's...
Wedding date.
Okay. I'm chill. I'm calm.
We're chill, we're calm.
I'm not, but I'm pretending like I am.
Cool. Yeah. So, Natalie.
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
Sorry.
You're good.
Thanks. Yes.
Yep. Okay, we're starting it off with a hard question. What is your favorite thing about Sarah Paulson?
Okay. Well, okay. I mean, honestly, she's just, like, really funny and really adorable. And, like, she got range, y'all, like, in her acting. Like, she can be, like, really scary and intimidating and really hot. I mean, she's hot all the time, but as a character, also. And then she can also be really, like, sweet and amazing and just, like, again, really funny and... losing my train of thought because I'm getting overwhelmed.
She's great.
She's great, and she has a really adorable lisp, and also she's so just like passionate about the things that she cares about, such as Holland Taylor. But also, if you follow her on Instagram, you'll have probably seen in the past couple weeks that she's like really wanting people to vote. And like, yes, I understand. I also want people to vote. Go vote. Hopefully,
yay!
You already have listeners. But yeah, yes. And she's amazing. Sorry. And she's also just like so. Sorry. She's just like so herself, like, you know, like I feel like people make fun of her sometimes based on like the like outfits she wears for like events or whatever, but it's like she's doing what she wants and like being who she wants to be, and she's just like without shame or anything, and I'm like, yes, you're amazing and you look beautiful and you're great and I love you anyway. Yes. So
shout out to Sarah Paulson. Most our favorite thing about Sarah Paulson is that she's great. And okay, and then this question it fits into the pod. Okay, so, how does Sarah Paulson's presence fit into the LGBT community, and how do you look up to her as a queer person?
Yes, okay. Yeah, well, I think she came out as, like, sexually fluid or something like that. I think most people just, like, call her, like, a lesbian because that's, like, easier to say.
And, like, she's publicly dated women, so people are like, you're this way.
Yeah.
And she'd be like, oh, okay.
Pretty much.
You say so.
She's also not huge, like, on labels, I don't think, at least based on what I've seen. So she's just kind of, like, going with the flow and just, like, loves who she loves. How I look up to her as a queer person, I just, like, I mean, I love any queer actor or actress who is out because it's like, yay, like, you know, we're getting farther and, like, people don't have to hide that anymore. And then, like, if she's playing a gay or queer character, then it just feels even more special to me because I'm like, oh, that's an actually, like, queer person playing that role, which is important.
Hell yeah.
I could talk about this more when I talk about Ratched because I have a lot of feelings on the queer representation in Ratched.
Noted. We will continue when we talk about Ratched.
But I just, again, it's inspiring how unapologetically herself she is. And I'm like, that's great. I wish I had the confidence to just, like, give no fucks and just be adorable and funny. And
you are adorable.
Thank you.
You are. Yes.
You're too kind.
No.
Please, no.
Okay. But yeah, she is very herself and it is inspiring.
Yeah.
Okay, and then this is, like, sort of going off the last question. How do you think other queer people look up to Sarah Paulson? Or, like, how is she... Yep, nope, that's how I'm going to phrase it. How do you think other queer people look up to Sarah Paulson?
I think in similar ways of just, like, representation. Yeah. Because, like, again, it's really nice to see someone who has been, like, out for an extended period of time and who is, like, proud of that and sometimes loud about it in a good way.
Yes.
And, like, getting to play more queer characters as well. And this is kind of, like, has to do with that question, but, like, of course, I feel like a fair amount of young lesbians, like, in our generation, or, like, our age range, or, like, between the ages of, like, probably 16 and, like, maybe 25 or something.
Yeah.
Just really love middle-aged women.
This is a call-out post
for
all of you. You know who you are.
Me included, honestly. I mean, it's like...
Not a lesbian, but I feel this.
Yeah. It's the same way that, like, a lot of women just love, like, Cate Blanchett, which I understand. However, like, I feel like she can't necessarily be, like, an LGBTQ icon because she is not LGBTQ unless there has been news about Cate Blanchett that I have not heard.
Cate Blanchett, if you're hearing this,
well, have you seen during
us know, girl.
this is a side note.
Lesbians need to know.
But there was Sarah Paulson and Cate Blanchett were doing, like, a live stream thing earlier on in quarantine.
Oh, hell yeah.
And I think somebody in the comments, like, said something about Cate Blanchett being a lesbian, and she was like, I'm a lesbian, and Sarah Paulson, like, froze mid-sentence, and, like, the look on her face was, like, so, like, terrified and hopeful, and she was like, you're a lesbian? And it was just... So, I don't think she is, but anyway, yes, beautiful.
That's so sweet.
But, like, it's the same way that, like, You know, like, how some people say, like, certain singers are, like, LGBTQ icons even though they're not LGBTQ, and I'm like, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
So, like, my really roundabout point here is that, like, Sarah Paulson is someone that we all love, us lesbians and bi women, and she's actually queer. And for me, I'm like, oh, that gives me, like, a weird sense of hope. But then it's also, like, I can see her, and she can actually be, like, an LGBTQ icon, in my opinion.
Hell yeah.
And, like, yes, it gives me all the feelings and emotions. Yes. Okay.
Cool.
I'm calm.
Yeah. Yes, Sarah Paulson, thank you for being queer.
Yes,
and, like,
God.
being in lots of movies, like, well, because you'll know about, like, one queer actor, actress, or just individual who acts, and it's, like, at least for me, like, I'll follow them in, like, every movie, but it's, like, there's not that many. And then, so we love you, Sarah Paulson.
Even when they're not playing explicitly, like, LGBTQ roles. Right.
Oh, and when they're playing straight people, it's, like, hella disappointing.
Weird.
And you're like,
it's so,
like, it's so frustrating.
Weird.
Yeah, like, Ellen Page had to play a straight
woman
in,
Juno?
No, but in Umbrella Academy after she came out. And she fully married to Emma Portner, who's the love of my life. And,
I forgot about that.
I was like, what? That's weird.
But then she's really gay in season 2. Spoilers,
2.
sorry. I feel like most people have watched season 2 at this point. It's been, like, a few months.
And I was like, this makes sense.
So that was more, Same with
Thank you. Also,
Ratchet,
she dressed...
honestly. Oh, yeah. Also, Ellen Page's character dressed incredibly gay for a straight, quote-unquote, straight woman.
And I was like, Like, also, well, I mean, not to, like, label people, because, like, you should dress however you want to.
But really,
but
really
it was very, like...
lesbian look,
yeah, and then they were like, LOL, let's make Ellen Page be straight in this movie. And it was, like, I don't know. I think I felt uncomfortable for her. Like, she's probably fine with it.
Yeah.
But,
I will never understand actors.
Yeah.
No, but I had a thought that I lost. But it was along the lines of the Kate Blanchett thing.
That was me passing the brain cell.
It might not. It might just be hovering. If I remember it, I'll say it, even if it doesn't have anything to do with whatever I'm talking about. It's fine. Mm-hmm. It wasn't fully formed when I was trying to think of it anyway.
It'll come back.
Thank you.
Back.
Yes.
Okay,
more wine won't help.
Yes, I know. I'm drinking more wine. Okay, so my next question is, in which ways are Holland Taylor and Sarah Paulson's relationship absolute goals?
Okay. So I'm just going to start out with saying this. They are so supportive of each other and encouraging and, like, adorable on social media. Like, I can't think of anything specific right now because I'm just overwhelmed with the gayness. But, yeah, they're just, like, super sweet and supportive of each other and loving. Oh, sorry, Andy's petting the cat and it's so cute.
Oh, baby.
Oh.
I love you.
We might as well just share a picture of Charlie with this episode. This episode is brought to you by Charlie the cat. She's chaotic as hell. She's very soft.
Hello. Okay. I'm sorry. This is just me baby talking to a cat.
Was I saying? I was in the middle of saying something. I was.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I was like, what was I talking about?
Our question was, in which ways are Holland Taylor and Sarah Paulson's relationship absolute goals?
Yes. Okay. So I said they were supportive of each other and it's adorable. Mm-hmm. And yeah. And this ties back to why Sarah Paulson is inspiring to the LGBTQ community, I feel, is like when she won her first Golden Globe or Emmy. I don't remember which one it was, but for people who know what I'm talking about, it's when she's wearing that green dress, God, she looks amazing. But anyway, in her acceptance speech, she was like, and Holland Taylor, I love you. And I was like, yes, God, that's so, like, beautiful. And it's great that she can say that out loud on a stage, accepting an award for a Hollywood thing or whatever the fuck. And so, like, that's good stuff. And, yeah. I don't know. They're just really cute. And they always look so happy in pictures with each other. Like, it's just so wholesome. And...
They are so wholesome.
And I just want someone who looks at me and smiles the way either of them look at each other and smile and just look so in love and happy.
They are really cute.
They really are.
They're so cute.
They are.
They are absolute goals.
Okay, yes.
Oh, hell
yes.
yeah. Okay, so this is a two-parter.
Yeah.
And I say, in which way is their relationship also lesbian goals / queer goals? Oh, and then, sorry. Three-parter. And how do you think they are perceived by fellow LGBTQIA+ folks?
Yeah. Let's see. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can speak comfortably for, like, all other lesbians, but, like, yeah, I just feel like it's nice to see just a really, like, healthy celebrity relationship. I mean, like, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors, obviously, but, like, as far as, like, social media or just media coverage of the two of them.
Don't walk on the computer. Sorry.
Kitty cat.
Charlie's about to walk on the
don't
computer.
Don't spill the wine and don't walk on the computer.
There you go.
I mean, I don't know. I just never see anything, like, upsetting or drama-filled between the two of them. It was just like, we're really happy and in love and have a dog.
Whereas normally in Hollywood, it's like, he cheated on her, and like now they're getting it's like biggest divorce ever.
Yeah, or like even just like this person was talking to this person at this event, and the person that they're actually in a relationship was upset, or I don't even fucking know.
Right, and it's like their it's always like heartbreak and arguments and divorce,
which I'm sure is mostly like the fault of tabloids for over exaggerating things.
Yeah.
But still, like, yeah, you just don't see that with them. And so I feel like that's inspiring and just nice. In part because I feel like, you know, like, with the representation that, like, LGBTQ individuals get on, like, TV or movies can be kind of, like, iffy. Like, I feel like a lot of queer relationships I see, like, on TV are kind of, like, rooted in or revolving around a constant sort of conflict.
Mm-hmm.
Just to make their relationship interesting. And again, that's how I feel anyway. That's my perception. And it's not fair, but it's nice to see in real life, at least, some lesbians being happy.
Woo! Hell yeah.
Thank you. And then for the third part of that question,
in which ways are their relationship lesbian goals / queer goals?
No, I said that's what I was.
How do you think they are perceived by fellow LGBTQ folks?
Yeah. You have good questions that I don't really have the answers to, because it makes me anxious to, like, look up too many specifics about, like, celebrities I have a crush on, because I'm like, if I know too much, it might ruin it for me.
Mood.
I don't know. I don't know.
Continue, Charlie. Sorry.
Charlie's giving herself a bath. But, like, well, okay, this kind of ties into your next question.
Yes.
That I'm looking at.
Okay.
On our shared screen. But anyway, like, one of the biggest things that I I feel like everybody talks about it a lot. So that includes, like, LGBTQ folks. always are talking about the age gap in their relationship. It's only like doing math really quack.
Queers
doing
can't
math.
do math.
Really, and we can't do words either.
Queers can't words or math. I don't know. Me calculating tip is like, I think I said that earlier, but oh my god, math is hard.
You said it in the last episode.
Oh yeah. Well, again, like
I just keep mixing up my words tonight.
Natalie's good at math. I
I'm
can testify
not.
because we were math partners in math class, and I always came to the quiz like unprepared, and I was like, Natalie, how do we do this?
I remember that. Like, that was great. I love that.
Miss Neihart, like, yeah, she was just like, Andy, why? Like, if you tried. And I was like, sorry.
Well, okay, so Andy can't do math, and I can't speak correctly. Because I did this earlier, too.
We both can't speak. No.
But I did this earlier, before the wine drinking started, for the record, where I, like, wanted to say something, but, like, you know when there's, like, two ways that you could say something? So right now, when I said trying to do math really quack, my mind was, like, quick, but also fast. Quack. So that's what happened.
Quick move, quack. Quack should be used more, like, in language.
Just everyday vernacular.
I'd be like, how are you doing? Like, quack. And that's my response.
Honestly, yes.
How are you today? Quack.
Okay, but so, let me just take a quick drink of water here.
I know, I should hydrate.
Hydrate or dihydrate?
That's, if you're in Arizona, you know, hydrate or dihydrate.
Oh.
Anyways.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there's only like a 30 or something or 40 something year age difference between Sarah Paulson and Holland Taylor, but it's all everybody can talk about, and I'm sure they're sick of it. I am a little bit, like, I mean, because you can see, like, an older man with a younger woman, and nobody gives a shit, really. I mean, a bit more in this day and age, because everybody's like, But,
true.
Like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of famous queer couples can be really, like, scrutinized.
For sure.
In ways that straight couples aren't.
Right, where people are like, you're a lesbian, like, or, well, to Sarah Paulson, like, they're like, you're dating a woman and she's older, like, your relationship is so weird.
Yeah, and she's just like, no, we're just in love.
That weird, yeah.
Like, calm the fuck down. So, yeah, I feel like...
But yeah, well, our next question was thoughts on their age gap relationship. And this question is always asked a lot because Holland Taylor is older than Sarah Paulson, and she's also, like, fairly old.
She's like 70
old.
something.
Yeah. Sorry. But she's old. And Sarah Paulson is in her 40s, which isn't, So, you know, they're both, Sarah Paulson's not, like, old.
I feel like it would be weird if Sarah Paulson was, like, in her late 20s or early 30s. Like, that might be too much of an age difference. But, like 30 or 40
still,
years
like,
is not that
people.
bad.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, they're both consenting adults. It's fine. I don't know.
It's fine. Leave them alone. But anyways, that was our question. I think it gets asked a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I mean, personally, I'm more attracted to older women because I feel like, and my therapist would tell me this isn't necessarily true, but I feel like older women would have, like, the same, like, emotional maturity that I have.
That's probably true.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't necessarily, and again, my therapist reminded me of this. I don't feel like age necessarily correlates to emotional maturity.
Yeah, you can be old and be a child. Or you can be young and be an adult. Hello, Charlie. Sorry, the cat is so cute.
She got really interested in Andy playing with a rubber band.
Yes. Hello, I have a rubber band.
But yeah, well, so that's me when it comes to, like...
Look over here. Sorry. This is just
Charlie's just gonna chill with
talking
us.
to a cat. Baby, you are so cute and fuzzy.
Charlie's just gonna chill with us.
Fuzzy kitty. I love you. Hi.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, God, that's so cute. Oh, I wish you all could see this. So cute.
Hi.
Oh, that just warmed my heart.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Oh, God. Okay.
Kitty loves.
Okay, yes. Well. Anyway.
Sorry.
Yes, okay.
I'm like...
Personally, I'm like... nobody needs to pay that much attention to their age gap relationship. Like... And I feel like especially because Sarah Paulson's been getting a bit more, like, famous in the past few years.
Yeah,
like,
she's been in a lot of movies.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, she was in a few things, but, like, it was, like, when she started in American Horror Story and then started getting other roles in, like, really, like, popular mainstream media things, I feel like she's become more of a household name. So, therefore, I just feel like I randomly see, like, weird, and I say weird because it's just random, things like on Facebook twice now, I'll just be, like, scrolling and see some, like, weird random magazine being like, these 30 celebrities with, like, major age gap differences in their relationship, and, like, her and Holland Taylor are in, like, the picture for the article, and I'm like, can y'all chill? Like, it's not
they cannot chill.
Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me in the comments if you think it is a big deal and why. Yeah.
I think also, like, an age gap relationship is something different and presents itself with different, like, pros and cons than I think what people are used to. And it's like with anything different, it just takes people a while to digest and accept. So hopefully the media backs off about Sarah Paulson and Holland Taylor. Okay, so moving on to the next question. So their age gap relationship, yes, we love. We're in support. And yeah, we had other thoughts. Okay, so my next question for Natalie is, this is a hard question too, what is your favorite season of American Horror Story?
And y'all, this is what the PowerPoint is for, because I can't answer this. Because I cannot say that one season for me is, like, significantly above any of the others, because I feel like they all have pros and cons. So, like, sorry, I keep coughing.
Is that you?
It's not Rona. I just get really, like, anxious, and then it's like,
no,
breathing?
It's okay.
What?
I believe in you.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I can just, if we want to just go through each one, I can be quick about it.
Let's do it.
Okay. Pros of American Horror Story Season 1 Murder House. Pros, okay. Jessica Lange's acting to start. We got some really iconic lines, such as, there isn't going to be a swimming pool, you stupid slut. Also, ghosts can hold a grudge better than most Scorpios.
Oh, happy Scorpio season, everybody.
Ooh, it ties in.
Ooh.
And then on a more serious note, another good iconic line, life is too short for so much sorrow. I have that tattooed on my body.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Other pros, Nora, the character, is a mood. Billy Dean, in general, is a pro. And then, yeah, the majority of the acting is just superb. So, like, Jessica Lange, but also Lily Rabe and Jamie Brewer and Taissa Farmiga. And it's, like, nice because it's the kickoff season. It started everything. It's beautiful. However, it's incredibly overrated. So we're getting into the cons. super overrated. It's not that great. Like, it's good, but it's not that great.
Yeah, it's not that great. I haven't watched it. I'm sorry.
Another con, Tate and Violet's relationship is so toxic, and I'm not over it.
It's toxic.
Ben in general, Vivian is kind of annoying. Like, if she would just leave the fucking house. Yeah. I guess that was most of my cons. I couldn't, for it not being, like, highly ranked in my mind, it's like, I couldn't think of that many cons. Sorry.
I have not watched American Horror Story.
Yeah, so Andy's just like, okay.
I'm like, yeah. I think I did watch, like, the first 2 episodes or something. And then my, like, fragile, sensitive brain was... Because I watched it, like, alone at night. And I was like...
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel afraid. And then I stopped because I don't know. I'm sensitive, okay?
It's okay, Andy. We understand.
Okay, anyways, sorry.
Yeah, alright. American Horror Story Season 2, Asylum, Pros. Acting, again, holy shit. Sarah Paulson, Lily Rave, Jessica Lange, the Holy Trinity. We also got Zachary Quinto being fucking awesome. Sarah's lisp is so adorable. Her character, Lana, is gay, but they treat her so poorly. Oh my god. Sister Mary Eunice is super cute, but then also wonderfully possessed, which is a fun storyline. Possessed by the devil. It's legit.
That's cool.
This is probably the one season that will be tense and scary and, like, really emotional every time I watch it, at least. Thredson might be the creepiest villain across the board, although he would probably be tied with Dandy. More on him later. Again, some beautiful lines and moments, like when Kit is telling Lana what happened with Sister Jude, and Lana realizes Jude saw the angel of death, and I think about that scene all the time. It occupies space in my brain rent-free.
Hell yeah.
Cons. The torture Lana was subjected to is kind of really hard to watch for me. Like, it's really intense. Along those lines, her feeling the need to attempt, like, conversion and aversion therapy is really painful and difficult for me to watch as well. As a queer person, like, it's just, I mean, okay, it's set in the 60s. Yeah, 60s. And she's in, like, a asylum. I'm explaining it to Andy because he hasn't watched it. And she's there partially because of blackmail, but also because she's gay. And so some of the treatment that she's subjected to is just, it's like, I mean, obviously, we know more than we knew in the 60s, and homosexuality is not a disease, and, like, you can't treat it with shit like electroshock therapy or conversion aversion therapy. But yeah, just watching it is, I don't know how to describe it. It gets me feeling really a lot.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, other cons.
Some fucked up shit.
Yeah. Speaking of more fucked up shit, a con of Asylum, they kind of just gloss over the moment when Sister Mary Satan rapes the Monsignor, which is, like, an intense moment as well. And it's just, like, looking at me like, oh my god.
I'm like, I can't watch this. Like, okay.
And, like, yeah, I just feel like it would, I don't know. On a lighter note, another con is the alien subplot that never went anywhere. Con? It never went anywhere. It didn't really make a lot of sense. It didn't fit with the rest of, like, I guess it kind of, in a really, like, you're stretching this, like, relation to the rest of the season. I feel like it could have been done a bit better. I'm hoping that a later season will go back to it, because, like,
yes,
Ryan Murphy, you have the power to do that, so why not?
Do it, Ryan Murphy. Ryan.
But, yeah.
I want American Horror Story
Aliens.
I would watch that.
It would be legit. If a whole season was about aliens, then I would forgive that in Asylum. Anyway, okay. American Horror Story Season 3, Coven. Pros, Cordelia and Misty. iconic introduction of Kathy Bates and Angela Bassett as cast veterans. Set in New Orleans.
Woo.
Beautiful. Fiona's death was very poetic. Some more iconic lines, such as, "Can we please not move things? Some of us are blind." "Surprise, bitch. Bet you thought you'd seen the last of me." We got Stevie Nicks. Holy
Woo!
shit. She's a witch. Beautiful. She sings to Misty and gives her a shawl.
She is a witch.
I think this was in Coven. That's Frances Conroy's best character. Some of the things I wrote down are just really funny to me, but maybe not to everybody else. But I wrote, "Probably Frances Conroy's best character. We will always stand Myrtle just calmly playing the theremin while Cordelia has a breakdown." It's really funny. It's great. It's beautiful.
I low-key don't know who those people are.
It's fine.
I appreciate it. I'm sorry my parents were hippies.
No, it's chill. If you want to watch it all, I will watch it with you and probably
Wait,
talk
like
the
Myrtle
entire
from
time.
Harry Potter?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Andy, no.
Never mind. Okay.
Characters can have the same name and not be in the same thing. Andy.
Loading my turn.
Definitely not her.
Oh man, I love that actress. She's funny.
Anyway, cons of Coven. Cordelia and Misty don't end up together, and Misty even technically dies / gets trapped in a personal hell, and I'm still not okay with that. They glossed way over Kyle's mom sexually abusing him, and then there was like a really unnecessary love triangle between him and Zoe and Madison that I just felt like didn't really need to happen, because I don't care, for one thing.
We don't give a
just
shit, okay?
It was just another really teen college aged romance that I was like, okay, give me more witches. I don't need to see this. Yes, okay. Moving on. American Horror Story Season 4, Freak Show. Woo! Pros. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Sarah Paulson plays not one but 2 characters, and they are precious and adorable, and she sings, and it's great. Remember that song, that CD I made for you?
Yes!
Yes.
Wait, the one about the lawyer.
It's not about a lawyer, but it's called Criminal, and I know that you always thought that whenever you would listen to it.
It's about a lawyer.
Well, yeah,
What's
because
it about?
I don't know. It's this.
Isn't it like it's
the
like
female singer? I don't know. I don't remember who originally sings it, but she's like
Criminal.
I've been.
Fiona Apple.
Yeah.
Criminal. I love that. I love Fiona Apple. Wow, I don't know why that really just clicked right now.
It really did. I would not have thought.
Anyways, Sarah Paulson did it.
She did a beautiful cover.
Right? Yeah,
yes.
It's really good. Yeah,
That's all.
I love
God.
that. I love that CD you made me.
Anyway, yes. More pros. Finn Whitrock's performance, his best character, came He's so great. I can't even speak. He came smashing out of the gate. So his characters after Dandy kind of have fell flat for me in comparison. The whole season really tugs at the heartstrings. Like, you feel sympathy for a creepy murderous clown. Also, this is both a pro and a con, but it's sad as hell. This is the saddest season ever.
Yeah. Wait, isn't it about like a circus?
Yeah, it's about
I need to watch it.
quote unquote freaks. Like Sarah Paulson is conjoined twins. I love them. They're so funny and adorable. Kathy Bates is the bearded lady. Angela Bassett is the hermaphrodite. There's more.
Noise.
Anyway, yeah, more cons. Bet and Dot end up with Jimmy, which is whatever. Fucking. The entire spoiler alert. The entire troop dies.
Oh no.
There was no Lily Rabe character other than her being a quick cameo of Sister Mary Eunice from Asylum. No offense to Kathy Bates, but her accent kind of suffered a few times. Yeah, not one of Evan Peters' best characters. He was just really annoying to me.
Oh, Evan. Evan.
Whatever. Okay. American Horror Story Season 5, Hotel. I'm trying to go through this really fast because I'm sure Andy doesn't really care. And no, it's already going on pretty long.
I'm invested, except I don't know what's going on, but I'm still invested.
Okay. Pros of Hotel. It's a beautiful setting and beautiful cinematography. We got Lady Gaga, and she does amazing. And I think she's probably the only person who could have played the Countess, and so I'm glad that they actually used her, because I literally cannot imagine anyone else doing that role. Hotel was Dennis O'Hare's best character. I mean, the character was not named Hotel, but it was... Because it's an anthology series, for those of you who don't know. So the same actors are coming back, but they're playing completely different characters. Although sometimes they come back to reprise roles, which is always fun.
Oh, that's funky.
Yeah. More pros. Hypodermic Sally is the biggest mood, and she's also just, like, really hot. I feel like she's a Pisces, because... she's very emotional.
We stand.
And writes poetry and is just really angsty. We get a cameo from Billie Dean. This was also definitely Evan Peters' best character. The vampire idea was fresh and a bit unique and made the recycled ghost plot better. Liz Taylor as a whole is just like chef's kiss. Yes. Matt Bomer was also a good addition to the cast. Wish he had stayed around a bit. Cons. The Lowe family. Basically, like, one of the main characters. Wes Bentley's character, John Lowe, he's such a fucking idiot. And his wife, played by Chloe Sevigny, is also kind of an idiot. Like, she becomes a vampire and then turns a child in the hospital. She's a doctor. She turns a dying child in the hospital into a vampire. And then this child, like, turns a bunch of his classmates into vampires. And then they, like, murder people in the school. And I'm like, you could have thought that through a bit better, Chloe Sevigny.
Yeah, Chloe.
So, like, just poor decision-making all around. I also... Because, like... For the seasons before this, they had, like, really long episodes sometimes, like, or at least a variety of, like, between, like, 45 minutes and also, like, an hour. But in Hotel, they started having more, like, conventionally, like, shorter episodes, or, like, 41, 45 minutes, and I did not appreciate.
You want more?
The kind of recycled ghost plot was I mean, like, with a bunch of ghosts being stuck in one location that was basically Murder House. Did not appreciate John and Sally's relationship. Again, only a brief cameo from Lily Rabe. And this is a huge pet peeve of mine, but, like, because I feel like a decent amount of work was put in by, like, Ryan Murphy to tie all of the seasons together in some way. Like, by the time that season 7 and then season 9 came out, there was a huge, like, discontinuity in Hotel. Also, did not really like the use of Hotline Bling by Drake.
Hotline Bling.
Not great.
That can only mean one thing.
I mean...
Ever since I left the city.
No! Sorry. I have feelings on that song.
It's the only Drake song I know.
That's fair. Okay. Season 6, Roanoke. Pros. It's unique. I, for one, love that Ryan Murphy decided to do something so different, because it's, like, kind of like a found footage sort of thing. Yeah. Like, documentary thing. Lily Rabe came back, thank God. Wow. Like, I remember there was, like, so few, trailers and stuff for the cat sleeping really cute, and Andy's losing his mind. He's gonna take a picture.
I have to take a photo.
Yeah.
I'll do it
Here,
later.
do you want to use my phone and I'll keep talking? Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, there were very few trailers for Roanoke because they were trying to keep the plot secret for some reason, or like the theme. So I had no idea Lily Rabe was coming back until I watched the first episode and she was there, and I, like, lost my shit. Also, Adina Porter comes back to the cast. She was briefly in Murder House, and she was phenomenal in Roanoke. She had such a chilling performance. It was great. She's great. Audrey's short hair. I loved it because Sarah Paulson got to play a character with her actual, like, current hair length. I mean, she did, like, there were a few times in the show that she wore wigs. And she wore a wig for the first half of the season. But then she just had her beautiful, short, super gay hair, and I was like, woo! Yes. I also liked that the reenactors got to interact with the people they were portraying. Andy probably doesn't know what I'm talking about. He's fine. He's taking pictures of the cat. Speaking of Audrey again, okay. She had some great lines. Like, I'm not American. I'm not used to all this carnage. Oh, here, I got it. I don't know how it's chill. Cricket Marlowe's hair is fucking funny. It's like that one episode of Always Sunny. Yeah. Lana's back. She comes back for a little cameo. Yes, the Lana Winters aunt. I don't know if it's pronounced Lana or Lana. Like, I feel like it should be Lana, but often
I know whose name is Lana is Lana.
Right. But in the show, sometimes they say Lana.
Lana.
And so that, partially so that Jessica Lange's character can just be like Lana Banana.
Lana.
Anyway.
Lana.
Cons of Roanoke. Audrey and Rory being together. For the love of God, Ryan Murphy, stop making me watch Sarah Paulson and Evan Peters' characters be together. It's odd. Rip an accent. Sarah Paulson's British accent is not great. That might be one of her flaws.
We found one.
To be fair, I remember reading she was not given a lot of time to prepare for it. So, like, understandable. Let's see. Everyone died again, which I was kind of like, that's disappointing.
No. They're like, we won't bring back any characters.
And then also, like, so Sarah Paulson's character, Audrey, with the not so great British accent, but she tried and it's okay, I'm proud of her. She was like, so going back to the age gap thing, honestly, like, so her character was with Evan Peters' character, who was like this young man who was just a dick. But anyway, they would like get married and everybody's like, oh god, age gap thing. And like, I just like, it was weird to me how aggressively they drew attention to Audrey's like age, because she doesn't look that old at all. And yet they're like, oh my god, she's so much older. I'm like, stop. Why? So that was interesting. And also, I just did not think her and Rory were good together. It was dumb. I did not like it. They were gay. Sorry, tangent.
You like that.
Okay. Bear with me, folks. We only got 3 to go. Okay, season 7. Cult. Sarah plays another, like, actually gay character, and she's adorable, and I would die for her. Billy Eichner, Leslie Grossman, and Billy Lord were spectacular additions to the cast. Very smart. Loved it. Oh my god. They're all great. I love all of them. Evan really went off. Like, wow. Oh.
You're so cute.
Andy and Charlie are being really cute.
I love this cat so much. Hello.
It was another pro of Cult is they made equal fun of liberals and Republicans, because this was the season in the wake of the 2016 election.
Cute.
Yeah.
Remember?
We're reliving it. I liked how they introduced like a character with really intense phobias. That was really cool for me. I don't know why, but I really liked watching that. Oh yeah, I also appreciated that somebody was like, oh hey, remember that time in 2016 when people dressed up as clowns and just like scared people?
Yeah, and then clowns got like a really bad rap.
Yeah,
and
but then also I feel like nobody talked about it that much.
And we talked about it a lot.
That's
but
fair.
Most people aren't in the circus.
Yeah.
Well, so like
So everybody else was like, oh, clowns.
Yeah,
and it's like, why wouldn't you
really
be more
fast.
Exactly?
Like,
and so that's why I was like, what the
people
fuck?
Were like, who cares?
But anyway,
like,
in relation to Colt, I liked that Ryan Murphy was like, hey, remember that part of 2016? Here are some clowns. Also, some really iconic moments, such as when Kai has his little homage to the so-called president winning the election, and he like grinds up a bunch of Cheetos and rubs them all over his face and like pins his hair up in a way so it has like the weird floof. That was great. Another great moment is when Allie is being chased by clowns in the grocery store, and her first instinct, because she has a phobia of clowns, and her first instinct is to grab bottles of rosé and throw them at the clowns. And I'm like, yes.
That's
beautiful.
Amazing.
Cons. Again, with having gay characters in your show, just to treat them like shit. Mm-hmm. Like, the way Allie's wife treats her is horrible.
Aww.
And I, like... There are very few times that American Horror Story has, like, genuinely made me uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. And those, like, 2 times are when Lana is being, like, tortured and going through, like, conversion aversion therapy in Asylum. And then also the only other time that I've been super uncomfortable by the show was in Cult, when I felt like some of the other characters were like just trying to discredit Sarah Paulson's character's sexuality by like just like really like hyper masculine, like explicit like sex acts in front of her, and like there was that whole Craigslist moment that I'm not even gonna talk about because it's horrible. Andy's distracted by the cat, so he doesn't need to know.
So sorry.
The
cat is so cute.
And like I get that it was probably like the point for those like certain moments to be like really uncomfortable, but for some reason as a lesbian / queer person, it was like extraordinarily uncomfortable. Anyway, okay. Another con. Lily Rabe is not in the season. That's bullshit. Yet another con. The ending. I did not... It's like, okay. Having it end with Allie joining, like, a different cult was just weird to me. Oh, you should chew into kitty.
One cult to another cult.
Yeah. And, like... the whole, like, with that, and then also the whole, like, Valerie Solanas and Scum Manifesto thing did not feel like it had a place in that season. Yes, okay, moving on, because I'm rambling so much. Season 8, Apocalypse. Pros, Sarah plays not 1, not 2, but 3 characters.
Yes, Sarah!
Yes. And her directorial debut is in one of the episodes of this season. Yes, BB. Killing it. Continuing with pros, Venable is hot as fuck. We got some much needed content of Cordelia beating the badass Supreme we all knew she'd be.
Oh, hell yeah.
Cody Fern was another smart new cast member, and so was Billy Porter. Leslie Grossman and Billy Lord just straight up killing it.
Oh, hell yeah.
The crossover was well done. We loved Madison's redemption arc and freeing Moira from the murder house. There were a lot more iconic lines. Cordelia and Misty's interactions were so gay and beautiful. Well done. And then we got another Stevie Nicks cameo.
Yes, Stevie Nicks.
Okay. Cons. Cons. Venable fucking dies, which is horrible. There was way too little of Lily Rabe / her character Misty. The time travel stuff kind of messed me up, but I have like weird issues with time travel used in books and whatnot, so that might just be me. Cordelia and Misty still don't end up together. I feel like Mallory, Billy Lord's character, should have been like an angel instead of the next Supreme, because I feel like it would have been a good contrast for the whole Antichrist thing. Mm-hmm. Again with the ending, like, I feel like, well, the whole point in Murder House was like, oh, the Antichrist will be like birthed, I guess, if like a spirit impregnates a mortal, which was another con actually that I should have mentioned from Murder House, is that but anyway, so the whole point is Antichrist equals spirit plus mortal, but the ending of Apocalypse is like, fuck that, these two like mortals can have the next Antichrist, and I was like, what? And then also, because they used Anton LaVey, and I'm like, that doesn't work, because he died in 1997, and this season is set in, like, 2019. Or no, 2018. So, alright.
Check your facts.
Yeah. Alright, last one. I apologize for going on for so long. Season 9, 1984. Lily Rabe is back. Woo. It's beautiful. I loved it. I for one, I feel like, I mean, I've heard people complain about this, but I really enjoyed that her character was basically Pamela Voorhees from Friday the 13th, mashed together with La Llorona. That was fun. I enjoyed that Emma Roberts was not like the same character type that she always gets. Like, she wasn't just a bitch. No offense.
Call out.
Kitty. Cody, so Fern, and Billy Lord, absolutely killing it again. Angelica Ross was a really smart addition to the cast. I really like her. The ending was corny as hell, but I'd be lying if I said that it didn't make me cry a bit as well. And I think they did the campiness pretty well, because like I mean, kind of the point of it was that, like, you know, like, as 80s movies are, they're kind of campy, or like horror movies, I mean, so I feel like they did well. It wasn't like too campy, but it also still had like some funny moments. Cons. This is the first season without Sarah Paulson, which is kind of appalling.
Appalling.
I don't understand the obsession lately with, like, setting like, movies and TV shows in the 80s. I'm just like, okay.
They're like, remember the 80s? I guess.
Again, they recycled the ghost story thing. Did you ever watch Glee?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, okay. You remember Mr. Shu?
Yes.
Yeah, so that actor is in this season.
Oh, wild.
Yeah.
I think Mr. Shu was in, like, this TV show I watched with my mom called Younger. And he played, like, this man who was, like, nice, and he made hats at, like, a market. But then he turned out to be, like, like, oh, man. He was, like, fucking a sheep. And I was like, why did you... Yeah, and I was like, why did you ruin Mr. Shu for me?
Okay, to be fair, this is like this relates, anyway. Because another con of 1984 like, is his character is so fucking creepy, and I hate how he's written, and it's just like, it's weird, and it felt especially creepy because I feel like Billy Lord's character was meant to be, like, between the ages of, like, 19 and probably, like, 23 or 24. And then, like, I think the actor's name is Matthew Morrison. His character is obviously older by at least, like, 10, 15 years. And they have this, like, highly charged sexual relationship. And I'm like, that makes me uncomfy. Because it's, like... Back to these age gap stuff. Anyway, okay, yes, and that's it. Those are my pros and cons of all of the seasons of American Horror Story. Give or take a few that I probably forgot, but it's okay, because I've been talking for a while, and
No,
we're not even done, and it's been over an hour. We can cut some things. It's okay.
It's all, you know.
There is at least 10 minutes where we're silent because we're watching the cat.
Oh, 100%. The cat is, wow.
We love the cat.
I can't describe.
Whew.
Okay, so my next question.
Last question.
And
then I'll be very brief about the other things I wanted to talk about.
Go for it. This episode is Natalie ranting about Sarah Paulson, so.
True.
Go off. What is your favorite character that Sarah Paulson has played?
Okay. There isn't just one. I am sorry. But I will be quick. Okay. I love Cordelia from Coven because she's just adorable and powerful, and just like the maternal energy is chef's kiss. We also love Venable from Apocalypse because she's just super like dark and sadistic and hot as fuck, which I think I already said. But it was just also like a really cool character to see her play, because like up until then I feel like for the most part, except for the character she played in Hotel and I guess technically her character from Cult, were all like the good people, and Venable was like not good as a person. Let's see, I also love her character in Ocean's 8 because, again, just adorable and funny. She has some really funny lines in that movie. Hello, Charlie. And her most recently, her character in Ratched, she plays the main character, Nurse Mildred Ratched. She does it so fucking well, and like such a fine mixture of like a really like sweet, vulnerable, empathetic character with like a like kind of dark and twisted one, and she just plays it so fucking well. And Andy, you have to watch Ratched. Everybody, all of you have to watch Ratched if you haven't already, and if you have, watch it again.
I watched I can't remember if it's One Few or One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, like the old. Yeah.
What's his name? Is it Jack Torrance?
Jack Nicholson. Yeah.
I was just
there are thoughts, but that's for a different time.
Yeah.
Anyways, to prepare for watching Ratched, and yeah.
I haven't seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
It's good.
I don't know how much
bit they racist at times.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know how
movie.
much they tied things back.
Well, it's
to the movie,
because Nurse Ratched in the film from I think it was made in the 1970s.
Yeah.
It's like she doesn't really, you don't know what's going on. She's just kind of like really almost like sociopathic. Like you never know what she's thinking, and she just kind of tortures these men and doesn't allow them to leave, and like is always, I don't know, she's very like blank-faced, sort of. Like, you really don't know what's happening. So I'm really curious to watch Ratched.
Ratched is similar in the sense that, like, the entire time you're questioning her motives and, like...
Yeah.
What her true, like, goal is. And I don't want to spoil too much. But, like, you'll know what I mean when you watch it. Like, the whole, like... It was a bit tumultuous to watch because you're like, oh, you're rooting for her character, but then you're also like, should I?
Yeah.
And wanting her to be with the other character who is her love interest, and like being like, oh god, but is she just like manipulating this other character to get what she wants, or are the feelings real? And I own it, like, even at the end of the season, I'm still worried that they're not. I know. No, they're real. They're real feelings. I'm just gonna say it. They're real.
They're real.
Yes.
I haven't watched it, but I agree.
It's beautiful. Okay. And then I guess, honestly, like, my last big thing is I just don't... As someone who watches Saturday Night Live fairly frequently, with my family, I am just, like, I don't understand, and I'm a little appalled that they have not asked Sarah Paulson to host it yet. And yet they're bringing back, and there are a few other actors who I have the same thought about, such as, like, Tatiana Maslany from Orphan Black.
Oh my god, she's so good.
I guess it's really just the two of them who I'm like, why haven't they hosted yet? Because they're so talented.
And
Tatiana, it would be a great show.
I love her so much.
With either of them. And I feel like it's such a, it's a better choice to have, like, one of them come in and host as opposed to asking, like, one of the same people that they've already asked, like, 5 times.
Yeah.
Like, there were a few episodes.
Tatiana. Or Sarah Paulson.
Yes. God. Because, there were a few episodes last season or whatever where people were like, oh, I've been asked to host 5 times, so I'm in the 5 Timers Club. And I'm like, instead of that, can we get someone new? Please. Like, as much as I love, like, Tina Fey or whoever.
Oh,
like,
Tina Fey. I love Tina Fey. She's so funny.
Andy's just over here in love with all of the other actors that I mentioned.
Yeah, I literally, no, it's true. Yeah, you mentioned Helena Bonham Carter, and I was like,
she was probably one of my first, like, gay celebrity crushes, honestly.
Good.
Yeah. I feel like we brought that up in a different episode.
Like, God, yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Hi, Charlie.
All right. I do believe that is it.
That is it. Okay.
Here, Charlie, come here
we
and
love
purr
you
into
all.
the microphone for our listeners. Purr.
Cutie pie.
Purrin'. Yes.
I don't know if you can hear it, but
I think so.
She purred. Okay. Love you all. I say goodbye to the phone.
Yes, love you. Thank you for listening and humoring me.
Yes, you
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Happy Scorpio season. Ha ha ha. Happy, oh, the cat just bit my toe.
Oh, and also, real quick, y'all, it might be, I don't know, what's the deadline to, just vote, y'all.
Yeah. Yep.
Please.
Please.
Vote. And I also hope you vote correctly. But I digress.
Hint, hint. Who's ready for... Okay, anyways, yeah.
Stay tuned for our next episode, probably after the election, so that'll be something.
Yeah. Sigh. It's a...
deep sigh.
Tumultuous time.
It's a time.
Okay.
So we think about the celebrities that we love, and for a bit of peace and solace in our minds amidst all of the horribleness.
Yes. Yes, we do. I think about King, Princess, and my plants.
I have
the
Charlie
cat
to take care of. I have my cat Stevie. Shout out, cat Stevie.
Shout out to Stevie.
And then of course also Sarah Paulson. Always.
Hell yeah.
Keeping me going, inspiring me. Increasing the gayness to dangerous levels.
Woo!
Ooh, okay. Anyway, thank you all for listening. We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Goodbye.